Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about something different. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but May is Lupus Awareness Month. So I thought, what a perfect month to put this video up. So, and I do have my nails purple since purple is the color of lupus, which I didn't even realize until after I got my nails done, because I got them done at the end of last month and I was like, oh, perfect. But anyways, so I just want to talk about this video, or this topic. Try to make this video kind of short, and then maybe later on, if there's more questions, I can kind of continue to make a series about this, or just videos, I guess, about this topic. So I'm just going to talk about how I was diagnosed and my journey with this so far. I won't go into too much detail because maybe I can make a separate video on that. But I was diagnosed with lupus. Well, actually, first of all, let's talk about what lupus is. So lupus is basically an autoimmune disease. Basically, it's only common American women, Hispanic, and Asian. It's mainly common in those type. You're more common to get diagnosed from the age of 15 to 40, and it's mainly common in women rather than men. Some men do have it, but it's not as common as us. So you do have what's called flares with lupus, since this is a lifetime disease. So basically flares are it's kind of like cancer. When somebody goes into remission, we do have that stage as well, where we can go days, years, months with feeling perfectly normal, and then we get what's called a flare. Basically, that's when our lupus is the most active, and during that time, for me, I know my body well enough now because I've had lupus for 12 years. So I know my body well enough to tell myself, okay, you're not feeling yourself, so let's go to the hospital. So I know my body well enough for me to know when I'm not feeling good. But most of the time, the only symptoms that I really get on a day-to-day or time, like during the week or something, is fatigue. So I'm sometimes, like, I can go days without being tired, and then out of nowhere it'll just hit me and I'll be like exhausted. So I'll just sleep all day, want to take naps, and normal tired people things. Other things I do get are headaches. So we have done MRIs and all this type of stuff to figure out what my headaches are, or migraines, I would say, not headaches. And they still don't know what it is. But I do take like Tylenol, since that's the only medication that I can take to help that calm down, and that way I also take naps because that helps me, or drinking Gatorade, getting electrolytes help me get rid of my migraines. So I have lupus, SLE, and nephritis. So basically SLE means systemic lupus, and I don't know how to pronounce the last part. But you can just Google that and find out what that is. Basically, that means that it can attack any organ of your body. And then I also have nephritis, which basically means that I have lupus, I guess, in my kidneys. So basically, my kidneys can shut down. And then last year, I did have lupus cerebritis, basically lupus in the brain. So we can talk about that story another time because that's a good one. But I was diagnosed when I was 9 years old. I remember it was November 2005 that I was diagnosed. The reason why I was diagnosed, or how we figured out, was because I would be tired all the time. During that time, I was doing sports, and so were my brothers. So we were always on the road throughout the week. We were always going to practices, games, all that type of stuff. So I would come home from school and I would be exhausted. I would take naps. Nobody could wake me up. I would just lock myself in my room and just nap for the rest of the day. So we'd get home at like 2 or 3. And then sleep till the rest of the day. Maybe at 9 o'clock I would wake up to eat something small for dinner. My mom, she is a single mom, so it was just her. We lived with my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins. So my aunt kind of thought it was weird that I was always sleeping. So she told my mom, take me to the doctor, get some tests done, see what's wrong. So it was during a weekday when we ended up going to the doctors, got some blood work done. Then we went back home. When we got home, we got a call from the doctor saying, take me to the emergency room. They've already booked a room for you. Take some clothes because you're going to be there a while. So we were kind of like, okay, like they didn't say anything to us over the phone, or my mom. So we went to the hospital. They didn't know what I had. We were there for, I think we were there for a week or 5 days. I don't remember exactly. It took them a couple days to figure out what I had, because I remember they were taking all these tests. They still couldn't find anything. The final thing they did was a kidney biopsy, and then basically go on Google and find out what a biopsy is. Not just kidding. A biopsy is when they take a little piece of your kidney out, run it through tests, and they basically see what you have. So they basically did that. They get a big ass needle, stick it in your back, on the lower side, because that's where your kidneys are, and take a little piece out. You are awake during this time, so they do put you under anesthesia, or whatever it's called, but they do put you, you're not fully asleep because you can hear everything and kind of see everything, and you don't feel the needle at all because they do numb you. And usually they do it that way if you're a kid, because you have less body fat, and it's just a simple procedure to do. Then after that, you just have a band-aid on your back. You have to lay on your back, keeping pressure on it for a full 24 hours. And then there really is no incision. It's like it's like when you go and get a shot. That's how it looks. But basically that's how they found out what I actually had. So lupus is supposed to be generic. Nobody in my family has lupus though, so we're not sure where it came from. But I guess it is common in Hispanic, so maybe that's where it can come from. The treatments that I have done for lupus is Cytoxan, and I now take Cellcept. So I've done Cytoxan around 3 times. The first time was for 6 months, second time was for 3 months, and then actually last year I had done 6 months of Cytoxan as well. So Cytoxan is a sort of chemotherapy that is used for to bring down your lupus, I guess I would say, or help your lupus be stable, like get out of the flare stage. The side effects of Cytoxan are nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, stomach pain or upset stomach, diarrhea, temporary hair loss, a wound that will not heal, missed menstrual periods, so low fertility, and changes in skin coloring. There's more, but I'm not going to read all that. So the only thing, I actually never really experienced anything besides nausea. That's the only thing that I did experience up until my last round of Cytoxan, which was last January so January 2017 to June 2017 is when I had my last round of Cytoxan. And basically with that Cytoxan, honestly, I was not tired at all. I did sleep. Cytoxan, when you go and get it done, it's a very long process. It actually takes 8 hours for you to get that done. So basically you go into an out-of-patient place, and you kind of just sit there all day and just have an IV in your arm, and you basically get that done. The only thing I did experience again is just the nausea, and this round was hair loss. I lost tons of hair, and I can actually insert a picture right here to show you how much hair I lost, a before and after, and I guess a now picture, just to show you guys how my hair is coming back. But these, I always wear extensions, so you couldn't even tell that I lost hair because of my extensions. So thank God for extensions. But that's the only 2 symptoms that I ever actually experienced of my knowledge, because I honestly don't remember when I was a kid. Let's see. So I was, again, 12 years old. I'm currently on Celcept. So that's what's been keeping me stable. So it's been, this June is going to be a year. Well, it's been a year since my whole last major flare up. So that was this January that it's been a year. And in June next month will be a year since I've completed my chemotherapy. I guess I can do one thing that I hate about having lupus. One thing I hate the most is my inconsistent weight. So I will either be super skinny or overweight. So my weight is always fluctuating. I've never had one weight for a long time, and that's because I do take steroids. So when you take steroids, of course you're going to gain weight. But steroids are the only thing that gets me out of having active lupus. So I guess if I'm still alive and I have to take steroids, then that's what it's going to be. With steroids, you do get the chipmunk cheeks. And honestly, this time around, I wasn't as hungry as I was before. And the reason why is probably because I started doing a plant-based diet. Right after I got out of the hospital last year, I just did lots of research, because honestly I had lupus for 11 years, but I never really thought that it was a major issue, just because we've always kept it, or I've always kept it, you know, stable. So yeah, one thing that I did discover about myself, or have to be with this type of disease, is I have to keep positive. If you're not positive with something like this, I feel like you just bring yourself down. You know, negativity is not a good thing. So you just gotta keep, you know, looking to the future. Find something that you like. For me, I guess my thing that keeps me going is knowing that I'm still here. Definitely gotta be humble. You never know what people are going through. You see somebody being so happy, but yet in the end, you never know what they're really going through. So I learned now to not judge other people by the way they are, the way they look, because you honestly never know what somebody is going through. In my entire life, I think I've only had about 3 or 4 flares. The first couple of ones were never major. My last flare last January was the biggest one. Lupus is active, or becomes active. You get a flare when you're under stress. Being out in the sun can actually cause flares as well. But I think this past one was caused due to stress. So my position before, well, my position at the time was very stressful. So I think that's one of the issues that made my lupus flare up so bad. Another thing was that my dad did pass away that month, or the month before. So I think that was a lot on me. I was holding a lot of emotions in, not wanting to really make it a big deal, but inside something was telling me that, you know, I needed to let my emotions out, but I was just trying not to. So I think everything kind of just caught up to me and just made it a huge flare. So with my last flare, we discovered a lot of new things that we did not know could happen with lupus. So one of the things that made me realize, like, girl, you got to go to the hospital, was lots of swelling. So My feet were so swollen, and I can insert pictures here to show you guys how they looked. That's one of the reasons why I decided to go to the hospital. And also I would have really bad headaches, like so bad, like I would cry because of the headaches. And of course not in front of anybody, because I'm the type of person that doesn't like to show my emotions, which is bad. But I had really bad headaches, so I was like, no, I gotta go. It was last January, actually the exact 1 year or 1 month anniversary of my dad passing away was the day that I went into the hospital. So we did find out that my kidneys were failing, and that's what was causing all the swelling. My swelling was so bad that it went to my brain this time around. I had never dealt with really bad swelling before, so that was something completely new. I can go into more detail about that story, I guess in another video, because that's going to be a very long story. But yeah, so since it's Lupus Awareness Month, I just thought I'd go ahead and film this video. Again, let me know if you guys like these type of videos, and I can let you guys know, or I could film more videos like this. But this is just something short, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video, because I don't want to make this super long. But during last year's flare, I did get all of these stretch marks due to the swelling, because I was so swollen. So I did get lots of stretch marks, which for me is not really a big deal. I honestly, I mean, what can I do? Take them off? You just, I guess I gotta live with it. I call them battle scars, just to show that, I went through a lot. So I'll also insert more pictures here, I guess, to show you guys what else happened. But yeah, that's basically all I have for today. Again, let me know if you guys like these videos, and I can go ahead and film more. Thank you guys for watching.